Well, I'm glad you could join us. Patricia Gill is with us right now. She's Executive Director of the Marin Brain Injury Network. We want to find out more about that and types of brain injuries that people suffer most commonly, as a matter of fact. Patricia, nice to have you here.
Thank you. It's really nice to be here.
You're Executive Director of this, and the people you're helping are people in automobile accidents, kids who might be in football games, that kind of thing? Wide spectrum, I imagine.
Wide spectrum, and in addition, we help people who have also had a stroke, or a brain tumor, or have had a virus. And in fact, a stroke happens every 40 seconds in our country. And concussions, as you alluded to, are the most common form of brain injury. So we provide service to a range of injuries and abilities.
And you're working with Marin General Hospital, is that right?
We do collaborate with Marin General Hospital. We refer to them, they refer to us. We're one of the only places in the Bay Area that you can come to cope with the life changes that happen after somebody has a brain injury and for their families. Okay,
one of the things that I concern myself about in terms of some kids who are playing certain sport. I mean, we know automobile accidents are terrible, those kind of injuries, but also it does happen in sports to teenagers and other people like that. How does a parent know, for example, that their son or daughter might have suffered that kind of a concussion, and which could lead to a worse kind of brain injury?
Yeah, it's really important actually that parents pay attention. They know their children the best. They're on the Centers for Disease Control website. There's actually printouts that parents can get, and coaches, that give you the symptoms to look for if you've sustained a concussion. What's most important is just to be aware that it happens, what you should do after it happens, and to talk with your doctors and get treatment. And in response to that happening in our community, we're adding new services. So we added concussion baseline testing, which you're hearing about in the media. And in addition, we're going out and giving presentations and partnering with Mary Jane Burke and the Marin County Office of Education.
Let's tell parents right now what the symptoms are. For example.
Okay. Well, for example, dizziness, headache, change in mood.
Sleepiness, maybe?
Sleepiness, imbalance, sleepiness, some confusion. Often there's some memory loss that's associated with it. But it doesn't always show up right away. That's one of the most important things for people to pay attention to. And that's why knowing the symptoms, or just knowing that they happen, and that it's okay to acknowledge that they've happened, and that doesn't mean it's going to be a serious injury. You just need to make sure you get to your doctor. And check out the symptoms on the website.
And so you also talked about strokes. So obviously we're talking for the most part about older people getting strokes and so forth. What kind of help can you provide for someone someone in the family has had a stroke?
Well, we have a caregiver support group for families. We also have resource referral service that helps people find the resources they need in the community. And we help people learn how to cope with daily life and to cope with the trauma of how their abilities in their life has changed from a stroke, and also how their families' lives have changed. So we have support groups, education classes, we have a structured day program. We help people rebuild their lives. With stroke, we can help people learn language and communication skills, and just be in a place where people understand what it's been like, what they're going through, how their life has changed.
And also, as you point out, the family is affected to a great extent by someone who suddenly is, had a stroke and is not the same person anymore.
Very much so, yes.
Doing that. And how do people get in touch with your organization? Is that?
Often they're referred by physicians or word of mouth in the community, but if they Google Marin Brain Injury Network, our website comes up. And that's www.mbin.org. And people come and we do an intake and just see what services we can offer. And if there's something else in the community we can refer them to, we do that as well.
So you can guide them to the right place to go to get more information. Is that right?
And I'd really love to encourage people to check out our website to learn ways to become involved, because we have volunteer programs, internship programs. We have scholarship funds people can make a contribution, and we also have an array of services on our website that people can check out.
Patricia, nice to have you here. Patricia Gill's been our guest, and she's Executive Director of the Marin Brain Injury Network. Thank you very much for joining us.